This is Kate.
Emily, Julie,
And I'm Nick, and we're doing The Digital Divide, which are the Week 3 readings. The first article we did was How to Rethink the Digital Divide by Bill Thompson. Digital divide is defined as the gap that exists between those who have access to electronic and information technology and those who do not. This photo that you see here is of the bandwidth across the world. So, as you can see, actually the United States is not number one. We are actually ranked 11th. Canada is ahead of us. Sweden is actually number one, which is sort of surprising. I thought Japan would beat us out on that. Technologists, sociologists, and ethnographers are starting to talk, and they're trying to work towards solutions to close the digital divide around the world. Researchers are also looking into ways to learn from each other's experiences and the system to find for the local government monitoring. This will help farmers increase yields, and it will also give children access to learning new technologies. Complex problem. We're realizing that we must deal with the problems for technology availability and the access of it. Technology that runs on the newest and fastest processors is generally given the most press, but what really needs to be focused on is the accessibility for the majority of the people who don't have access to the fast and new, amazing. Creators are more focused on faster, better, powerful technology because it's the new thing and it's pushing technology forward, but what people really need to be focused on is affordable and accessible technology so everyone has access to it. There's a project called One Laptop per Child, and it wants the government to distribute $100 laptops to millions of children who do not have access to technology so that they can get caught up to the world use.
In this article, Bill Thompson said, "Perhaps we need to point out that a home media console that stays turned on all the time, requires a fast broadband connection to be of any use to anyone, and powers multiple screens that go largely unwatched, is the technology equivalent of taking a gas-guzzling SUV on a short trip to the mail." We need to start thinking of the implications of the U.S. market dominated by the fastest, latest devices, but we never deal with the deeper issues. The second article that was for the readings this week was The Digital Divide and the K-12 Student Computer Use by Morgan and Van Langen. They discuss the divide between those who have computer and internet access and those who do not, and how that connection seems to be narrowing. The authors also discuss that the access to technology outside of school reinforces the students' learning. Households with an income level greater than $50,000 were 3 times more likely to be connected to the internet than households with incomes less than $15,000. They also discussed that access to faster internet depends on where you live. Approximately 23% of rural areas and 40% of central city areas have high-speed internet access.
Classroom use of computers. White students seem to dominate the classroom computer use by using critical thinking software, while Black and minority students typically use drill and practice software. Colleges also expect students to come into college already knowing how to use a computer, and they view it as a remedial skill, which means that they're expected to have it. Computers have helped develop higher-level thinking skills and have greater research capabilities. It's necessary to have the right number of computers and internet access in each classroom. However, just having them in the classroom is not enough. They have to be available for students to use. 81% of teachers believe that students using computers enhances performance. For example, Texas has spent over $40 million to move their schools into the 21st century. However, they have failed to train their teachers on the simplest tasks such as email. In conclusion, high-income, centrally located people are more likely to use the internet. Most adults use their computer almost exclusively at work, and their most extensive time on the computer is while they are at work. In the end, our thinking about what it means to bridge the divide has to be a lot more sophisticated than it has been so far. This is a picture to end on, and it is a picture of the world at night, and clearly with all the lights you can see a really good visual image of the digital divide. You can see who has the technology and who does not. And hopefully one day we will be able to make the entire Earth all lighted up at night and close the digital divide. So thank you for listening, and that is the end of the article summary, and the following two are our sources. Thanks for listening.